Dana Abercrombie, The Koalition. Thank you so much for speaking with me. You're the creator and the showrunner of Raising Kanan. My question to you is, we already kind of know Kanan's stories through Ghost. So was it when looking back and trying to create this show now, did you use the important moments in Kanan's life as a blueprint, or was it you focused on the smaller moments that lead to the much larger moments when it came to the show overall?
Great question.
Thank you.
I think the answer is kind of both, which is to say, you look at who Kanan was in his totality in power, and then what you do is you deconstruct that in the larger moments, the smaller moments, the intimate moments, the whatever. And then you look at all that and you say to yourself, all right, how did this guy become that? How did what happened to him when he was a kid inform what happened to him as an adult in power? And that's, to a certain extent, Dana, that's the series, right? That's the fundamental question that the series poses is, how did that kid become that guy, right? But having said that, if you've never watched Power, you still can watch the series without any issues whatsoever. It's not like you've been left out of something, right? You can watch it having never seen an episode of Power because you're meeting this family, right? It's a family drama set in this high stakes world. So yeah, I mean, I think the answer is we basically have we have an origin story for this character. That's what we've done, and that's again the story we're telling.
One of the most important moments for the overall story itself is the relationship between Kanan and his mother. So by her being, she's very strong in the game, and we know this already, and we kind of see this in the first episode. By her being the strength and the rock of the whole family, did you view it as her having direct influence upon Kanan and his decisions, or was it more about him becoming his own person?
Well, that's the journey of every kid, right? Mm-hmm. Which is at a certain point, every kid, you, me, my sons, you there's this rite of passage, which is all right, I'm my own person, and I'm grown, and therefore I'm going to make some decisions for myself, and I'm going to rebel, and I'm going to, strike out on my own. That's the journey that we all take, and it's a bumpy road. It's a bumpy road for the kid, and it's a bumpy road for the parent. And yet it is the journey of parenting. And thematically speaking, that's a big part of the series, right? Which is this notion of being a parent, this notion of legacy and then the cost of violence and trauma. All that stuff is woven into these stories that we're telling. And so, yeah, I mean, I think for Kanan, it really is about him, we always say that rock is the sun around which all of the planets orbit to a certain extent. But for Kanan, he also has to define himself for himself. You can't always exist within the shadow of your mother or your parent. So that's a big part of his story.
Right. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much as well. Have a great day.